competition prep, it's like nothing matters. You're laser focused on one goal, stepping on stage in the best shape possible. But then the show is over. And suddenly, all the discipline, the structure, and the mindset that kept you going for weeks, or even months, shifts overnight. And that transition, it's not always easy. Today, I want to talk about something that isn't discussed enough: the mental, physical, and hormonal shift from competition prep to off-season. I'll share my personal experience, what happens to the body after a show, the struggles athletes face, and how to navigate this transition in an healthy way. Whether you're a competitor or someone who struggles with an all or nothing mindset, I think you'll relate to this. Let's talk about what happens when you're in competition mode. When you're prepping for a show, you train your mind to ignore everything except the goal. Hunger, you push through it. Fatigue, doesn't matter. Social life, non-existent. You wake up, train, eat according to the plan, hit your cardio, and repeat. It's a cycle of extreme discipline. And I love it. The structure, the focus, the challenge, it gives you a sense of control. But here's the thing. When you're that dialed in, you stop listening to your body. Because if you did, you'll hear it screaming, I need rest, I need fuel, I need balance. And in prep, you can't afford to listen. It's almost like you're in survival mode. You become numb to everything except the end goal. And that works until the show is over. So, you step off stage. The diet is technically over. The cardio, the rigid meal plan, the extreme discipline, it's no longer required. And suddenly, your body starts talking again. Cravings kick in. You're hungry in a way you haven't felt in months. Your energy crashes. Maybe you feel bloated, sluggish, or even emotional. And this is where a lot of competitors struggle. Because when you've spent weeks ignoring your body's signals, it can be overwhelming when they all come rushing back. This is when things can go one of two ways. Some people struggle with post-show overeating, guilt, or feeling lost without a strict plan. Others try to stay in prep mode out of fear of gaining weight. But the reality is neither extreme is healthy. The key? Learning to listen to your body again. Beyond the mental shift, there's also a huge hormonal shift. Let's talk about what's happening inside your body post-show. Your metabolism slows down after weeks of dieting. Your cortisol, stress hormone, has been high for weeks, and now your body is trying to rebalance. Your hunger hormones, like ghrelin and leptin, are completely out of whack, causing intense cravings and fluctuations in appetite. Your period might have disappeared during prep, and now your body is trying to restore its natural cycle. You might experience bloating, water retention, or even weight gain as your body tries to recover from the deficits. All of this is normal. But when you're used to being lean and in control, these changes can feel scary. This is where mindset plays a huge role. Instead of panicking about every fluctuation, you have to remind yourself, this is part of the process. Your body isn't ruining your progress, it's healing. So, how do we transition into off-season in a way that supports our body and mind? Here's what I've learned. 1. Give yourself permission to rest. Your body needs recovery, both physically and mentally. More sleep, lower stress, and even a break from rigid tracking can be beneficial. 2. Fuel your body properly. Post-show is not the time to restrict or fear food. Eating enough without binging or starving is key to restoring balance. 3. Train smart, not just hard. Your body has been through a lot. Shifting to a progressive training style that allows for recovery is crucial. 4. Focus on long-term goals. Competing is a phase, but your health is for life. Off-season is where real improvements happen. More food, better recovery, and muscle growth all come from this phase. 5. Be patient with your body. Weight gain isn't failure. A softer look isn't weakness. It's all part of the bigger picture. For me, learning to trust my body again was one of the hardest parts of this journey. But once I did, I started to enjoy the off-season just as much as prep. Because when you take care of your body, it takes care of you in return. The biggest lesson I've learned: competing is a phase, but my health is forever. The discipline of prep is great, but true strength comes from learning balance. Knowing when to push, when to pull back, and when to simply listen to what my body needs. I hope this episode gave you some insights into what really happens after a competition, both physically and mentally. Whether you're a competitor or just someone who struggles with the all or nothing mindset, remember, health isn't about extremes, it's about sustainability. If you've ever struggled with post-show adjustment, I'd love to hear your experience in the comments. Let's start a conversation about finding balance in this sport. And if you found this episode helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs to hear it. See you in the next one.